Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and share your comments about the exciting end of the story. The Xenoform plague. Let the story begin. New Eden was a lush, green world. The sky was a brilliant blue, dotted with clouds that drifted lazily. Fields of tall grass swayed in the gentle breeze, and in the distance, forests stood thick and dark. Human colonies thrived on this planet, their cities a blend of advanced technology and nature. From atop her lab's balcony, Dr. Elara Quinn could see children playing with drone kites and farmers tending to their glowing crops. It was peaceful, almost idyllic. Elara's lab buzzed with activity. Scientists in white coats moved briskly between workstations, holographic screens displaying complex data. "Elara, come look at this," called a voice. It was Dr. Marcus Lee, Elara's closest colleague. She wandered over, glancing at the readings on his screen. "Unusual object on a direct course towards New Eden," he said, eyes wide with concern. "It's moving fast." Elara's mind raced. "Alert the planetary defense team. We need to prepare for impact," she said firmly. Alarms began to blare and a sense of urgency filled the air. The once calm terrace now echoed with the sounds of rushing feet and urgent commands. Above them, the sky began to darken as the mysterious object approached. "Brace yourselves," Elara whispered. The calm was shattered, and the true adventure was just beginning. The forest near the crash site was dense and silent. Dr. Elara Quinn led the expedition team, her boots crunching softly on fallen leaves and twigs. Beside her, Lieutenant Jackson, a burly man with a stern face, kept his weapon ready. The rest of the team, a mix of scientists and soldiers, followed closely. "This way," Elara said, pointing ahead. The trees thinned, revealing a smoldering crater with a metallic pod at its center. It was sleek and alien, unlike anything they had seen before. Elara approached the pod cautiously. A faint hum emanated from it. "Open it," she instructed Jackson. He nodded, using his tools to pry open the pod. Inside was a pulsating, jelly-like organism, glowing softly with a blue light. "What is it?" whispered Dr. Karen Reed, her eyes wide with awe. Elara knelt down, carefully extracting a small sample. "We'll analyze it back at the lab," she said, "but initial readings suggest it has remarkable healing properties." The news spread quickly. Colonies in desperate need of medical breakthroughs soon distributed the organism. People began to heal from injuries and diseases rapidly. Elara watched in amazement as a paralyzed man stood up and walked. But by nightfall, things took a dark turn. The first signs of mutation appeared. Healed individuals became aggressive, their eyes glowing with the same blue light as the organism. "Elara, something's wrong!" Marcus shouted, rushing into the lab. "The organism is changing them!" Elara's heart pounded. "We need to contain this fast," she said, but the mutations were spreading too rapidly. New Eden's paradise was quickly turning into a nightmare. Their discovery had brought hope, but now it threatened to destroy everything. Smoke filled the air as Dr. Elara Quinn navigated through the chaos that had overtaken New Eden. Shadows of mutated beings darted among the ruins, their once human forms twisted and monstrous. Elara's team had retreated to an underground bunker, the last safe haven in a world gone mad. "Communication with the Galactic Alliance is down," Marcus said, his voice edged with tension. He fiddled with a cracked screen, trying to boost the signal. "We need help." Elara paced, her mind racing. "There must be something in the ancient alien records we found. They mentioned a bioweapon." She grabbed a dusty tablet from a nearby table and quickly accessed the files. Karen Reed, her face pale and strained, watched over the nearby injured. "These mutations are spreading too fast. We're losing control." Elara scanned the records. "Here," she pointed. "The Xenos, a parasitic race, engineered this organism. It's meant to decimate populations." Suddenly, the bunker door rattled. A group of soldiers barged in, their leader's face grim. "The Galactic Alliance has quarantined New Eden. We're on our own." Desperate murmurs filled the room. Elara clenched her fists. "We can't wait for them. We need to fight back ourselves." Jackson stepped forward, loading his rifle with determination. "What's the plan, Doc?" Elara's gaze hardened. "We find a way to stop the Xenos and their weapon. We can't let this spread any further." Unknown to them, eyes watched from the shadows. Xenos scouts patiently observing. The battle for New Eden was only beginning. And as trust among allies crumbled, the price of survival was rising steadily. Inside the lab, Dr. Elara Quinn's fingers moved swiftly over the holographic interface. The room buzzed with energy as she and her team worked around the clock. They had no time to lose. Mutations were spreading, and hope was fading. "Found it!" Marcus exclaimed, pointing to the screen. "The Xenos bioweapon has a genetic failsafe. We might be able to reverse the mutations with this sequence." Elara's eyes lit up. "This could be our chance. We have to manufacture a vaccine immediately." Karen nodded, already prepping the synthesizer. "It's going to be risky, but it's our only shot." Hours felt like minutes. The team barely slept, their faces showing signs of exhaustion, but also determination. As the first doses of the vaccine materialized, Elara injected herself. "If this works, we can save New Eden." The serum took hold and Elara felt a rush of power. Her mind became sharper, her body stronger. "It's working," she said breathlessly. "Get these to the troops. We need every advantage we can get." Lieutenant Jackson, newly enhanced, rallied his soldiers. "Listen up, people. We're taking the fight to the Xenos." The bunker, once a place of desperation, now hummed with renewed purpose. Soldiers and scientists moved with a shared resolve. Enhanced humans were a force to be reckoned with. Elara geared up, feeling the serum's effects coursing through her. "Marcus, you're in charge here. Karen, stay on the synthesizer. We'll be back." They emerged from the bunker, the transformed ruins of New Eden stretching out before them. In the distance, the Xenos command ship loomed ominously. Elara tightened her grip on her weapon. "Stay focused. Together we can do this." Approaching the command ship, Elara's enhanced senses caught every detail. They breached the vessel, facing off against monstrous guards. Each swing, every shot felt precise and powerful. Inside, the Xenos leader awaited, a grotesque figure of menace. Elara locked eyes with the alien. "This ends now." With newfound strength and intellect, she maneuvered through the battle, her every action calculated. The Xenos leader faltered, eyes widening in fear as Elara's abilities outmatched his. In the dim glow of the command ship, Elara finally overpowered him. "For New Eden," she whispered, delivering the final blow. The ship shook, lights flickering. Victory was in sight, but the fight had only begun. New Eden began to rebuild. The Xenos command ship lay in ruins, a testament to humanity's resilience. Dr. Elara Quinn stood in what was once a battlefield, now a ground zero of renewal. Around her, survivors worked tirelessly, their enhanced abilities accelerating reconstruction efforts. Lieutenant Jackson approached, his eyes reflecting a mix of pride and concern. "We did it, Doc, but what now?" Elara sighed, wiping sweat from her brow. "Now we deal with the consequences. The Galactic Alliance is wary. They don't trust us or our enhancements." At the central command tent, Galactic Alliance representatives awaited. Tension hung thick in the air as Elara entered, flanked by Marcus and Karen. Dr. Quinn, a tall, blue-skinned ambassador, began. "We acknowledge your victory, but these enhancements, they unsettle many of us." Elara stood firm. "We didn't choose this path lightly. We did what was necessary to survive, to protect everyone." The ambassador nodded slowly. "Indeed, but such power must be used responsibly. We propose oversight." Marcus bristled, but Elara placed a calming hand on his arm. "We understand," she said. "We'll work closely with the Alliance. Transparency is key." As negotiations continued, the trust between humans and other species began to rebuild. It was a delicate dance, balancing power and responsibility. Karen, now head of the new medical team, approached Elara later that day. "Elara, there's something else," she said, handing her a scanner. "We found remnants of the Xenos bioweapon. It mutates, adapts." Elara's heart sank. "We're not out of the woods yet. We need to stay vigilant, improve our defenses." That evening, Elara looked out over New Eden, the stars twinkling above. She felt both hope and a heavy weight of responsibility. Humanity had emerged victorious, but the road ahead was fraught with new challenges. "We'll face whatever comes next," she whispered to the night sky, "together." The future was uncertain, but with unity and fortitude they would prevail.